Yes guys, and welcome back guys to a brand new video guys, and in today's video guys we are going to be talking about Manchester United's last game that we won't be played, Brighton Hove Albion at home at Old Trafford guys. And yes guys, it was a 2-0 win. Finally we've won. It was a massive win. Shit performance, but it was a great result. It was a much needed win. We're back to winning ways. I don't want to get too carried away after this one good result against Brighton. But yes guys, let's get straight into today's video. So we made 3 changes from our last game against Southampton. Talking about the starting 11, so we started with De Gea, Dalot, Lindelof, Maguire, Shaw, McTominay, Fred, Elanga, Fernandes, Sancho and Ronaldo. Getting to the overall reaction now, Ronaldo and Fernandes hand Man United win over 10-man Brighton. Man United beat 10-man Brighton to go 4th. Back to winning ways. We got lucky, we weren't convincing, but we got the job done. It was a shit performance, but a great result. First half was awful and second half was much better. It was a game of 2 halves. We needed that win to give us any hope of getting top 4. Massive 3 points. What a win and what a result. Let's get some confidence and momentum going now. We defended well, the passing was woeful at times, we played with a deep line, relying on moments FC, lack of chances. The Ollie traits were back again, no game plan. The first half was boring, we were slow and passive, no intensity, no tempo, no energy and no urgency. Where was the aggression and the pressing? We didn't see any passing triangles, we made mistakes, we gave away possession too easily, and we gave away possession in silly areas. Second half was much better. We created chances, but chances that we didn't take. We just need to be more clinical. We should have killed the game off. We should have scored more goals. We were lucky Brighton didn't score. The game changed when they went down to 10 men. United controlled and dominated the second half. Brighton struggled to get back in the game. De Gea made some fantastic saves to keep us in the game. We stayed in the game. Brighton had opportunities. We let Brighton have a 5-minute spell. The substitutions made an impact. Deserved the win. Let's build on a run. Game management was good. Decision making was better from our last game. First half was terrible, second half was good. Overall shit performance, win done, 3 points done and clean sheet done. Anyway guys, let's get straight into today's video. What did I make of the performance? Like I just said then, the performance was a shit performance, but it was a great result. I think after the last 2 games that we've drawn against Southampton and Burnley, where we should have most likely picked up 6 points, I think going into this one, it was vital that we had to win this game. It was a game in hand that we also had to win as well, you know, to obviously put pressure onto teams like West Ham of getting top 4 as well. So I think we got our job done there by winning that game last night against Brighton. So it was a vital win. We had to win the game. It was a must win without a doubt. It was a shit performance, but great result to be honest. But I'll get into that in a little bit as well after this. But yeah, we just weren't convincing, but we got the job done. And I just think it was a game of 2 halves. First half was awful, second half was much better. We just needed that win of getting any hope of getting top 4. We would have won that last night and say we've got off a chance of getting top 4 now with no more games in hand now, and you just have to rely on now. We have to start picking up accumulation of points where we need to pick up the points, and hopefully teams around us drop points and we pick up the points. At the end of the day, I think we did get lucky in a game like this, but it's massive 3 points. But performance wasn't good. Obviously it was like a bit of a game where Ollie was in charge yet again. Sometimes you just have to say, well, relied on moments. You know, we knew we were going to get these moments, and it's all about you have to take your chance. You have to be clinical. There was times where in that game that we should have killed the game off early in that second half, then we didn't really need to panic in that second half as well. So the game should have been dead and buried, should have killed it off earlier in that second half. But all in all, shit performance, but great result by the players. And obviously now going into 2 massive games now in the next, I don't know how many days now, but it's a good result for us and we'll take it. I'll take it any day of the week. Anyone would as well. So it was a massive win, back to winning ways, which we need to be. At least it's, you know, is it a step forward? Obviously people would say it would be. Obviously after a good win against a good side in Brighton. Obviously Brighton have only, coming into this game, I'd only lost 1 game away from home this season. I think it's a brilliant result obviously to win that game as well. But yeah, I think it was a good win, shit performance, but at the end of the day, job done. We take it at the end of the day. Getting into the game now, I thought first half had kicked off. I thought, but I have to rip into this first half performance by United. I think it was like a testimonial intensity and tempo. Players slow, passive, just no energy, no tempo, no intensity, no aggression. You know, where was the pressing as well from the players? I'm sorry, but that first half was awful. It was dreadful. You know, just slow, passive. Thought it was going to be a walkover in that first half. That first half performance was just dreadful. I think the worst first half performance I've seen. You know, just having a stroll, thinking that they were going to get away with it as well. I think they were lucky that it was still 0-0 as well. So imagine if we were 1-0 down inside the first 45 minutes, then you've got a mountain to climb. So I think we were very lucky not to concede a goal in that first half. Very lucky, in fact, because I think Brighton were the much better footballing side in that first half. We're winning the midfield battle. I think we simply went with a back six, trying to hit them on the counter in that first half. So that first half performance was absolutely dreadful. You know, like I just said before then, you know, no intensity, no tempo, no energy and no urgency from the team whatsoever. You look at that and say, where was the aggression and where was the pressing from the players? Just slow and passive and not good enough in that first half whatsoever, and we just let Brighton do what they needed to do. Brighton on the front foot created loads of chances that they should have took as well. They kept us in the game, and I said this in a couple of videos ago. I said, you know, this is just what happens where in the games like this, you're hoping that Day is going to keep us in the game, and like a world-class striker like Ronaldo to score and win you the game. So you cannot be always doing that game in, game out, but a lucky win. But at the end of the day, first half was just not good enough. We were lucky that Brighton didn't score in that first half, and I think we did stay in the game, but we were lucky to stay in the game, I think. But at the end of the day, you do need some luck at the end of the day, and we did get luck in the game in the second half as well, which I'll get into as well. But that first half was dreadful for Man United. Second half, I thought we were much better. I thought we brought the lines up a little bit. You know, we were playing with a deep line in that first half. That second half, we brought the lines up, played with more energy, played a bit more. We saw the rhythm in our better rhythm in the game as well, a better pace into the game as well. You saw the intensity and the tempo as well. I just don't think Rangnick got the best out of the players in that second half, considering that, you know, we did score 2 goals, but I think at the end of the day, we went out in that second half. I thought, you know, it was good. Obviously, we'd come out bright, sharp. I thought on the front foot, just a moment from somewhere, Ronaldo scores to make it 1-0. And then I think then the game went from bad to worse for Brighton. Obviously then they got the sending off, which didn't help them as well. Clear 1-on-1 on goal. Lewis Dunk gets his marching orders. At least VAR came onto our side this time. At least we got some sort of something out of VAR this time as well. So, you know, VAR to its best did its job and sent off Lewis Dunk in the process of that. And then I think after that the game had changed. I thought United, it was a change of dynamic. United controlled and dominated the game in that second half. I think United should have killed the game off earlier in that second half. You know, Bruno had a massive chance to make it 2-0. I think we had a couple of more chances as well to make it 2-3, 4-0 even, in fact. And we didn't kill the game off. You know, had a good couple of more opportunities to kill the game off. And then I think then we let Brighton have a 5-minute spell. But then we sort of got the game back under control, settled down into the game a bit. And then I just think then it was just, I think when the substitutions came on, they clearly made an impact coming off the bench. And Pogba, to his best, you know, reads the game well. And just takes a quick free kick. Bruno gets the goal and wraps the game up. And yeah, 2-0 win, much needed win. We needed it, back to winning ways. And it's a step forward after, you know, two disappointing results last week. So at the end of the day, it's a win. It's a clean sheet. It's 3 points and lucky win. Should have scored more goals. Lucky that Brighton didn't score a goal in that second half. They did come close, but we did well. And I think for once we defended well, stayed tight and compact. Defensively frustrated them as well. So we did our job there on the offensive side as well. So we did well, and I think Rangnick probably didn't get the best out of the players, but Rangnick knows, job done, 3 points, and it's a win as well. Shit performance, but it was a great result against the tough Brighton side that are in form at the moment. Before coming into this game, they have only lost 1 game away from home this season as well. Yeah, we knew coming into this game it was going to be a vital game, obviously a game in hand as well. going into a game like this against Brighton, Brighton have been in form as well. I also say coming into this game, they've done well against the top 6 teams, obviously taking off points off Arsenal, Liverpool, Chelsea twice as well. Chelsea didn't even beat Brighton this season as well, so which is surprising. Just goes to show that how much they've had to dig deep in those games and so much grit that they've had to put into it, whereas they've come into this game and walked with nothing. So at the end of the day, I think the game was lost for them when they went down to 10 men. I think a lot of the time teams struggle when they go down to 10 men. Sometimes you can cope with 10 men, but they couldn't cope with 10 men. It was just a moment from somewhere that won us a game. I think coming into this game, we knew we had to win this game. It was a must-win, must-3 points. Brighton, coming into this game, they'd only lost once, and that was against Villa, and that was a 2-0 loss as well. I think Brighton, they didn't demand enough from their players to go and get the result that they wanted, but at least we did our part. We defended well, stayed compact, defensively frustrated them, and it was just all about take your chances and be clinical in front of goal, and we did that, took our chances, scored 2 goals, 2 brilliant goals as well, got the 3 points and they got the clean sheet, which is vital. It was a big game as well for us in order to get top 4. No more games in hands now. Let's see what happens from now to the end of the season. Brilliant win, we'll take it and we move on. That was a massive win in order to get our confidence and momentum back, going into a few difficult games now with Leeds United on the weekend and Atletico Madrid in the Champions League. Oh yeah, it's fantastic to get your confidence back and your momentum back. I think obviously going into 2 massive games now in the space of I don't know how many days now. 2 massive games now against Leeds United. We've got a massive game now against Leeds. Derby Day, going to be up for it. 3 points for grabs there against Leeds. So going away from home, it's a massive game against them lot. And then obviously then we've got another midweek game against Atletico Madrid. A tough away day in the Champions League. Fancy our chances there to get our confidence and momentum back. And this game was brilliant, which we needed. And I think it's about time now we want to see some consistency from this team. Can we be more consistent? Can we put a run together now as well? As soon as you get your confidence momentum back, players are more confident as well. It's nice because then you want to build some momentum and you want to get a run going again. Tough couple of games coming up now, but we've got the quality to beat those 2 teams. Obviously 2 teams that are struggling this season. You never know. You never know in football at the end of the day. So it's a weird sport. Obviously it's nice to get some confidence and momentum back going into 2 difficult games now as well. Who is my man of the match? I tell you what, there were some good individual performances out there. Some of them were a bit iffy, but some of them were good. I thought Day had a very good performance. Delo was good. Thought Lindelof was good. Maguire was good. Thought Shaw was okay. Thought Fred was okay, McTominay was okay, I thought Elanga was okay, I thought Bruno was good, Sancho was good, and when you needed him, Ronaldo, he was good as well. So I think this one's tough. I think I'm going to give this to Ronaldo, I think. Not only just because he scored, but I think because what you needed from a world-class striker to turn up and to score from a moment from somewhere, you need someone like Ronaldo to be like that. So yeah, I'm going to give it Ronaldo. How do we beat Leeds United? Now obviously we've got Leeds United in our next fixture on the weekend. A massive game now against Leeds. It's Derby Day. Got to be up for this now. Massive game against a brilliant club in Leeds United. Tough game to go to Ellen Road. Obviously last time we drew 0-0, but complete different game now against Leeds. I think, coming into this game, Leeds have got loads of injuries out. I think this is our opportunity to go and beat them. We beat them earlier on in the season. We want to punish them again. We beat them 5-1 in the first game of the season. Against Leeds, it will taste really good to go and beat them twice. To do the double on them as well, it'd be brilliant as well. Obviously Leeds, I think they've been struggling this season with second syndrome season. I think going into this game against Leeds, I think they're going to find it difficult to some sort of get a result. I think Leeds coming into this game, I think they just got to show the passion, the pride, the character, determination to get some sort of a result. They've got to somehow stay in the game as long as they can, defensively frustrate us, but I wouldn't rely on their defence. I think their defence is all over the place, defensively vulnerable as well this season as well. Just conceded 3 to Everton last week, conceded 2 to West Ham. I think they've just defensively not been that rock solid, and I think that does speak for itself. In a game like this against Leeds, I expect an open game against them. But coming into this game, I think our players are going to be so excited going into this game. Our players will be fired up for it. I think their players will be fired up for it. The place is going to be rocking inside Ellen Road as well. I think their fans will want to see a win from their players as well, but I think to demand a win from those players, I think it's going to be difficult for them to go and beat us as well. I think we have to turn up on our day, perform well for a full 90 minutes. We've got to make this game count and we've got to get the win here. Must 3 points, must win for us here against Leeds. What you're expecting from Leeds is, I think it's going to be an open game against them. They've got injuries out here as well. I think they've got massive players out, the likes of Patrick Bamford, Calvin Phillips, Sam Greenwood, Junior Firpo, got big names out. Liam Cooper as well, they've just got injuries left, right and centre, and they've not been able to cope with, you know, the players that they've got right now. But obviously they're a well-coached side. They'll pull you around, push you around. But I think you've got to watch out on their set pieces. I think they're defensively vulnerable as well. You know, their defence is a mess as well. Don't show desire to close down. You know, their defence is just wide open. But they're quick on the counter-attack. They've got those sort of players like Rafinha and Dan James and Romero to really hit you on the counter. So I think they will be explosive on the break, which we've got to be aware of. But they're very physical and technical as well. But we've got to watch the balling from behind. We must work hard as a team to win this game as well. But we've got to win our duels, 50-50s, second balls. I think in a game like this against Leeds, a couple of occasions they've gone from behind and that. So I think you've got to be aware of a reaction from them. We've got to stay disciplined. Don't let them get a shot off as well. Don't let them win the loose balls. Don't let them back in the game whatsoever. We've got to defend properly. You know, got to be organised. Get the crosses into the box. The passing needs to be quick. We've got to be quick on the break. Create the spaces, attack the spaces, drag them out of position, stretch them out. If they play with the deep line, attack them. Don't give them any confidence or momentum. Capitalise on their mistakes. Don't afford to make mistakes. Capitalise on our set pieces as well. Set pieces could come into play as well. Defend properly on set pieces. Don't allow them any space. Don't afford to make mistakes. Creativity is a must. I think we've got to have a quick and bright start. Get an early goal will be crucial in a game like this. Got to be aggressive, ruthless, make the runs in from behind. Play with a high tempo, high intensity. Play with energy, purpose, get between the lines. Make the runs in the right channels. Make the right pass. Get the players in forward areas. Got to create the chances, take our chances, be clinical, be explosive on the break. The quality in the final third needs to be there. Got to control and dominate the game. Don't underestimate them. Fullbacks have got to be effective. Decision making will be key and game management will be key. Don't leave any spaces or gaps open. We need to be tight and compact. Defensively frustrate Leeds. We need to have the desire to close them down. Got to be strong, committed, play with the higher line. Don't afford to be lazy. Don't make mistakes in silly areas. Play with fight, heart, passion, pride, commitment, determination, desire. Show character and team spirit. We've got to be switched on at all times, and we've got to be focused as well. Stay concentrated, commit man into the box. Don't be afraid to make a tackle. Be brave, take risks. Don't give the ball away cheaply. The midfield needs to close them down as well. Getting to the goals now. First goal, Delow tries to find McTominay. Brighton win possession back. McTominay wins the ball back, pass the ball to Ronaldo. Ronaldo runs, takes it on and scores for 1-0. Second goal, United win a free kick. Pogba takes it quick. Pogba passed the ball to Bruno. Bruno runs and plays a dummy and scores for 2-0. Getting to the stats now. Possession for Man United, it was bang on 50%, and for Brighton it was bang on 50%. Goals for Man United, it was 2, and for Brighton it was 0. Total shots for Man United, it was 19, and for Brighton it was 10. Shots on target for Man United, it was 7, and for Brighton it was 3. Shot accuracy for Man United, it was 36.8%, and for Brighton it was 30%. Shots inside the box for Man United, it was 7, and for Brighton it was 5. Shots outside the box for Man United, it was 12, and for Brighton it was 5. Total passes for Man United, it was 512 passes. For Brighton, it was 516 passes. Pass accuracy for Man United, it was 81.6%. And for Brighton, it was 84.3%. Getting to the substitutions now. Fred went off for Pogba. Talk about Fred's performance. A rusty return from the Brazilian, who, in ability to keep the ball, represented a downgrade on the bench. Paul Pogba made way for Pogba. Elanga went off for Rashford. Talking about Anthony's performance. Caught in his heels too often, and is another right-footed United forward who struggles on the right wing. On his toes to seize on Lewis Dunk's mistake and get him dismissed. Sancho went off for Telles. Talk about Jaden's performance. Had a good chance earlier on, but should have played it to Fernandes or Ronaldo. Another decent evening for an informed winger. Next up, we've got Leeds. Obviously, Leeds are 15th in the table. I think Leeds are crumbling this season as well. I think, like I said then, second Jerome season, struggling as well this season. I think they've only had 5 wins this season as well. They're a side this season that are very struggling for form. I think they're inconsistent with their results as well. Like I said, I think in a game like this against Leeds, we have to be able to make this game count. We've got to perform well for a full 90 minutes. We've got to turn up as well to a game like this. The players have got to be fired up. They've got to be ready for a game like this. It's derby day. You've got to be fired up as well. We've got this heated rivalry with Leeds United, so the players have got to be fired up for a game like this. Got to be ready as well. Got to go in with the right mindset. They've got to prepare well for a game like this. I think physically they're going to have to be ready for a game like this as well. Leeds are a very good side. I think on their day they can be good. We have to make sure that we have to stay tight and compact. We're aggressive, ruthless on the front foot. I think in a game like this, you have to get the crucial first goal to shut up their fans. As soon as we get the first goal, I think their fans will get a little bit annoyed, frustrated. I expect the atmosphere to be rocking inside Ellen Road. It's derby day. You've got to look forward to this game as well. It's a massive game against Leeds United. To take some momentum and confidence going into this game is massive for us as well. I'm ready for this. I can't wait for this game against Leeds United. Honestly, when this fixture comes around, I fucking love this fixture. I don't want to lose this game. I think message to the players. You've got to show that heart, passion, pride. You've got to play with team spirit, character as well. Show that determination that you want to win this game as well. You know what it's all about against Leeds here. Form goes out the window here, and you've got to turn up. You've got to perform well for a full 90 minutes. The players have got to do their jobs as well. Got to defend well. And if we can defend well offensively as well, and I think it's all down to the strikers to take their chances, be clinical, and I think we've got no worries of doing that. We just did it against Brighton, scored 2 good goals there. Should have been more though, but I think we take our chances against Leeds. It's an open game as well. Expect it to be an open game, but I think they will be physical. They will give us a game, but decision making in a game like this as well, and game management as well. It's all about turn up to this game, perform well, and I think make sure you get that crucial first goal against Leeds as well. Kill the game off as soon as you can against Leeds. Been inconsistent this season. I mean, they've lost 10 games and it just shows it for itself, to be honest. Let's go do the double on them. And we know we can beat this Leeds side. We've got the quality on paper. We've just got to do it and deliver it on the pitch now. Turn up, perform well on Sunday. Players have got to be up for this. I can guarantee these players will fucking love this fixture. They'll fucking love this game. Every minute it comes. Go and beat these scumbags. Oh my god, I fucking love this fixture. Go and beat Leeds United. Don't ruin my weekend. Just go and beat them. You've got one job. Must win. Must 3 points. Don't ruin my weekend. Win this game against Leeds and I'll have a very good weekend as well. Leeds United are scoring 1 point, 2 goals per game. Leeds are conceding 2 goals per game. Leeds United have won 5, drawn 8 and lost 10. They've lost to Man United 5-1, Leeds 3-0, West Ham 2-1, Southampton 1-0, Tottenham 2-1, Chelsea 3-2, Man City 7-0, Arsenal 4-1, Newcastle 1-0 and Everton 3-0. Leeds United have lost 4 games at home this season. The last loss was against Newcastle, which ended 1-0, and that was back in January. Leeds United have the 3rd worst defence in the league as well. The players to look out for is Melier, Ayling, Coach, Lorente, Dallas, Struck, Forshaw, Harrison, Click, Shackleton, Rafinha, Roberts, Romano, and Dan James as well. Fucking hell. I hope you guys are enjoying another video. Be sure to leave a like, subscribe to my channel if you are new, and I'll see you guys in the video in the next couple of days. And peace.